Hi, I'm George, and in today's video we will do a head-to-head comparison of caffeine concentration in 3 different types of coffee. We will not make it a very scientific test, and we will not measure the precise amount of coffee. What we will do instead, we will put up to the test the coffee that we drink here in ZP on a daily basis. So you, coffee gurus and nerds out there, you don't judge us too hard, okay? And yeah, let's just get into it. So what do we need to make the test? We will need the Sensitol caffeine kit, which consists of a caffeine buffer, caffeine sensors, and of course, the device itself. So the first contestant is the jug coffee. It's also called the filter coffee. It is probably the most used coffee in Norway, and it's definitely most loved coffee in our office. It is made with a filter, with a standard filter, and with a standard amount of coffee, which is 100 grams. This is basically what we drink every day in huge tons and liters. Let's test it. Quick note about the accessories that we need for the test. So first of all, and most importantly, we need a pipette and we need a vortex. It's not really necessary because you can shake it, mix the solution by hands, but with vortex it just gets it done much better, much faster, and it's also pretty fun to use. Alright, let's get into it. So first of all, we will need to take a sensor and we take a pipette, and first let's pre-mix the buffer. So we take the tube and we take, in this case I'll take 100 microliters of buffer and 100 microliters of coffee. We'll just need to mix it 1-to-1 for this test. And take 100 microliters of coffee and put it in the tube like that. So here we go, and we mix it. And while we're mixing the buffer, we'll turn on the device and turn on the Sensitol app in the iPhone. We will scan the QR code that goes with the sensors, which will lead us to the caffeine low range page. In this page, we can set the test settings and define in which cluster we are saving our data. Let's call the cluster name caffeine. And I think it's good. So we will also need to connect the device, of course, and we will select this device, wait until they pair together, and we press continue. So the instructions tell us that we load the sample and we need the 50 microliter of the sample on the sensing area of the sensor. So we lock in the cartridge and we set the pipette to 50 microliters. 3 hours later. So the pipette is set to 50 microliters. The buffer is mixed. We take 50 microliters and nicely pipette it on the sensing area, make a little drop, and make sure that all the electrodes are covered. And we press start measurement. And the results is here, and we have the concentration of 0.1 milligrams per gram of coffee. Okay, so we'll just remember the results and let's go to the next contestants. The second contestant, instant coffee. In this case, it's Nescafe Gold, and according to the settings, according to the instructions, we need to brew it with 1 or 2 tablespoons. We'll do it with 2. So yeah, let's brew it. It's actually not that bad. Let's find out how much caffeine it has. And about 30 seconds later, we have result upload complete, and the analysis is done in the cloud database. So we see that the result now is 0.16. It is a little bit higher caffeine concentration than the filter coffee. Maybe it's because I put 2 tablespoons. I just like it a little bit sharp. Yeah, let's then test the third one. Last one but not least, beautiful espresso machine, makes amazing coffee. I love it personally very much. And by the way, this video is not sponsored by DeLonghi. And if DeLonghi, you watch it, for the consistency of the test, we will use the same coffee we use for the jug coffee, and we'll compare the results and see which one has more caffeine in it. But let's first brew the coffee. Alright, now we're talking. It has a little bit of an unproportional cup for espresso shot, but it has a very nice crema, and it's super good DeLonghi. Good job. All right, for the consistency, we use the measuring spoon, so it's just the perfect amount of an espresso shot for an espresso shot. Let's test it. The results are here, and we can see that concentration of caffeine in espresso is almost twice as much as in filter coffee. And from the first glance, it might seem that you can't drink too much of espressos during the day. However, a shot of espresso is way smaller than a cup of filter coffee, which probably means that you can drink a lot of them and don't feel bad about it. Alright, in this video, we tested 3 different coffees using the Sensitol device and the caffeine sensor kit. We concluded that espresso, as expected, has the highest concentration of caffeine, whereas the jug coffee has the lowest. We can also clarify the common misconception that espresso is weak, and it's because the shot of espresso can be having the total smaller amount of caffeine, whereas per gram is actually the strongest. If you have any questions or if you want to argue with us about coffee, please don't hesitate to contact us at zimmerandpeacock.com. And yeah, go get yourself a cup of coffee, and I'll go clean my cups. See you in the next one.